All right, so I'm going to do some quick bar by bar analysis for at least maybe the first hour. Um, this is the Nasdaq. I mean, I know what's kind of happened. I know we're in a bear trend this day, but I'm doing the replay function, using the replay function on TradingView to get a sense of what's happening. So right now we have a bull channel. I knew we had a wedge, which was from here, here, and here. I mean, I would just say this is the top of the bull channel. We had a spike, pullback, channel 3 pushes, 1 pullback, 2 pullback, 3. But then I won't be surprised if we have another high. But so the market is about to open here. We have support here. We had some sort of support here and a support here before we have this gap. All right, and if you notice, we're still in a bear trend. We have lows here, we have highs. So we tested the top of this channel. So chances are we're going to retrace. All right, so I'm just going to go bar by bar and try my best to see if I can make sense of what's going on. All right, so we start off here. We had lots of selling the previous day, a pullback, lots of selling again. This has closed this gap, but again, we may have a moving average that's we're selling from. All right, so first bar, so bull bar opens here, tests the previous day's low, and then closes over here. So that's interesting. So it's a good bar for the bulls, but not with a really good, it is a possible wedge, 1, 2, 3, but then we don't know yet. Bear bar. So what we have is bulls try to take it even higher, but the bears sold into it one more time. And what do you have? We have it down here. Okay. So what happens here now? If a bear is selling, they may have some targets. Now I know this because I tried this already, and I know we go to the targets here. But also we have resistance here as well, where bulls have bought. So we should see if we can get some more buying from there. So let's see what happens on the next bar. Whoopsie, that's not what we want. All right, so next bar. All right, so bear bar, and go to the measured move target. So bears opened here, went up a bit, and then they sold the close of this bar for a 1-to-1 because they put their stops here. 1-to-1 hit their targets and some profit taking. All right, so more selling. This looks like a sell the close situation because now this is a bear bar closing on its low. We now have 3 bear bars. We're always in shorts. It's a very strong selling away from the test of moving average. You have to think of it from the perspective of this is the average price. If you're going to sell, you want to sell above average, not below average. And if you have 3 bars already below average, the intention is that we want to go lower. We're going to test this support, which is this particular support, which is basically the base of the trading range. And let's see, maybe we can form that wedge. 1, pullback, 2, pullback, 3. Okay, next bar. All right, as you can see, at support, we had some maybe profit taking, maybe some bulls looking at this as a potential buy as a trigger. It's also a good trigger for the wedge bottom, right? But we have this already, so let's see what happens after that. If we get a pullback, that'll be great. Oh, perfect. So now we have established the bottom of the wedge, really good buy. Let me see, maybe we have a measured move target, which we have gone past. We have closed this gap. Bulls who bought here, who were trapped, probably put their stops here, have bought again over here, and possibly getting out here as well. So they're covering over there. Okay, so this has been okay for the bulls and for the bears, making money. Two-sided trading. We're about to test the moving average. All right, so another test of the moving average. We now have a double top. Now, what does that mean? I'm just going to take this measured move off because it starts to get a bit. We don't need that. So we have a double top. So bears could sell below this, so this could be a second leg up. It could be a bull trap. But if they sell below that, they could go for a move down there if they want. They could also, all the bears who sold here are looking for a second leg, so this is their second leg. They may be going for a measured move of this. So essentially, they want to basically, let's see if we can get that. So this command C, command V, and we'll see if maybe they can come down here, and that will be their measured move target. So let's see what happens. All right, so we have some good selling by the bears. Some of them covering over here probably went for a measured move of this here, and it closed over there. Let's see what happens next. Second leg down. What do we have? Has not quite reached this level. Now, did I get this right? I think I did. Oh, well, I'm putting it down here. So I'm going to delete this, copy this. Excuse me. Command V, C, Command V. And let's see what happens. Yeah, we still have more for the target. So let's see what happens with the bears. One more leg. Okay, now we're losing momentum. Almost at this target. But we have now 1, 2, 3, 4 bear bars. So it's definitely always in short. We had a double top. Sorry, I was distracted by an email. Double top. And yeah, let's see this. All right. Double bottom, double top, but then a bear channel, right? Didn't quite get to this target, but we're just going to leave it there because I'm sure there's some bears who are still short waiting for this. They think if we get 2 legs, probably get a third leg down, that will form a wedge. But we do have a wedge here, 1, 2, 3. So bulls would definitely would aim to buy above that bar. I'm just going to delete this because we don't need that. I know if I was a bull, I would look for a nice, I'm thinking of what's happening here. I mean, of course, granted, I haven't shown the ETH. I'm really worried if I open it, it's going to distort. Actually, it shouldn't. It shouldn't if they programmed it well. Also, oh no, they didn't. Oh, that's poor. All right, so let's go back. I mean, what did we have in ETH? I'm going to put this back to replay. This was the day, so I'm going to do it back here. And on the ETH, what did we have? We had, no, actually, this isn't it. Yes, so that morning, I think this was, it was 9 o'clock, which was here. This was the morning. No, that wasn't the day. Oh, here we go. 7. This was the day before. Remember, we came down, tested it, and then it was here, I believe. No, here it was. Okay, so let's put the replay bar back on. In fact, I'm going to do it here. Right, and let's try and get back to where we started. To 9. All right, there we go. And then we had one doji and a bull bar. And this is where we stopped. Now, the reason why I opened this is because I wanted to see what was happening here. So we had some support here from the previous day, and then we also have this area of demand. And as you can see, we've tested this, and now we are, hang on, where are we? We tested that, and now we're testing. So this is what I'm finding really interesting. Whenever I look at that, we tested this moving average, bounced down, and let's see what happens after this. So what happens now, we have, and I said we had a wedge from the previous day, 1, 2, I mean, we had it here and it went back, but you see, this is what I always find so interesting. The wedges may be different. All right, so let's move on. Bear bar. This is disappointing for the bulls. If you think about it, all the bulls who bought above here are trapped now because they were expecting follow through. Well, first of all, this is a very bad signal bar. Did not close on its high, so it's not really good buy. You want something like this bar, and then that's a trap. Possibly a possible wedge. We might get a bear bar below it. Yes, we did. And now we've broken the lows, and this is now failed. If we had a wedge bottom, 1, pull back 2, pull back 3, or even here, this is failed. We may go for a measured move. Now, in another chart, I would view this. The measured move target would be from here down to, let's just put this here. This will be the measured move target below that low. Okay, so let's see what happens after this. So we now, all right, two-legged pullback to the moving average. This is a wedge top, and very good sell if you can get a bear bar. Okay, now this will be a really, now we've tested the moving average. I want to see this other chart on this one. You see, this is why I want to be able to, actually we'll leave it, but I would love to see this with, anyway, let's just trade this chart. Let's just trade this chart because I want to see what the other moving average, which would be above here, would look like. All right, so we've tested the moving average again, two-legged pullback. And what I know here is we had a trading range here. We went sideways, two-sided trading up and above the moving average in the Globex session. A conversion from this wedge top here is, broken this resistance over here. I believe this is the 1 hour moving average. And now we've tested it and it looks like we're using it as resistance. All right, so what do we have here? Spike, pullback in channel, 3 pushes down, but we also have an expanding triangle. We're getting a bit of indecision here. Bears aren't really sure. Are trying to go lower. Bulls are trying to break the moving average. It's just a lot of sideways indecision and lots of scalping. What do you do here? If you are shorts, what do? Do you bring your stop down? And this is something I've learned recently, because your stop would normally be here. Do you bring your stop here? Or what would you do? Bring it to break even? Let's see. All right, this is even more interesting now. Another attempt by the bulls, by the bears to go lower. Again, this is a wedge bottom, so we should test up. But no, it fails. So we've now broken this low. And again, another measured move target. So bulls will be disappointed. We should get more selling. All right, more selling there. Now we're getting a bit more selling. Bear bars closing on their lows. Right now we're back in our bear trend. This is the next leg down. And remember, we were trying to get to a certain target before. The target being, let's actually measure that target. I think the initial target was this to this, and now we want to see if that eventually got there actually here before it went back up. So that actually worked pretty well. All right, so the wedge top kind of caused some failed because of wedge bottom, did not reverse the trend. Normally I would say we're going a bit lower for that target. All right, more selling, sell the close, sell off. Bears getting more bars, big bars now. Bars are getting bigger. Some profit taking coming up. Maybe there was another measured move target here. Based on this, those who sold that close here, nope, did not get it. Maybe it's those who sold below that bar. Some took some profits there. I'm trying to see if there's another target. Maybe there was one, but we just carry on. We'll just delete that and carry on. All right, so now we have some profit taking. Is this at a point of support? No, that we can find right now. There isn't any support here. This could be a wedge again, another low. Bulls buying these lows because we just broke this low, so bulls buying that low and trying to get some sort of relief. See if we can get to pull back to the moving average. All right, so we did get one. So this is the second leg. As you can see, we have an inside bar. Bulls bought that. Let's see if we get some more selling or if we just get good follow through. Yep, I thought we'd get some more selling. And now, why did I think that? Well, think about it. You're in a bear trend. Bears are using the moving average as a place to sell. They sold here. They're selling here 2 legs up. This is the first leg. There's a pullback, second leg, and they'll probably sell that too. And this is a wedge. 1, 2, 3. They're definitely going to sell that as well. Now we get a break off the moving average, but not a bear bar. So no signal to sell. A bull breakout. So this is good for the bulls. Let's actually put this. This is good for the bulls. Typically, I would say we're going for a measured move, but here's some more indecision. We're now in a trading range. Ooh, now we have a signal to go short. If we can go below this bar, we should get more selling. Yep, now the wedge has been triggered. More bears are in. More selling. Bulls trying to buy, covering. Boom. That has taken the bears out. The wedge has failed. We're definitely in a trading range at this point. We should be going up. Yep. Now, what happens here? You see, this is interesting as I see this. And the reason why I say this is because I remember when I traded this day, I had no idea. I mean, I remember what happened. We went down, but I just do not remember a trading range. But as I see it, it's good because now I'm looking at this and trying to be objective in how I see this. And I think what I'm learning here is that we have one pullback, two pullback. Hang on, one. I call this two pullback, three. This was a third high. Bears, and then it failed, so we should go for a measured move. All right, so the measured move will be at least this, and that is exactly where that stopped. So bulls will take profits there. Bears trying to short, bulls getting in. Now we're in a trading range, triangle. Now we have a bear leg. All right, so this is a double top. Those who sold here will probably go for a measured move as well. They go for 1-to-1. So imagine you sold here, you put your stop there. You're probably aiming for this level, which is where that bar ended. Oops, there we go. All right, what's going on? Back to the moving average. Now, the things have changed a bit. This is acting as support. I remember this. This is now acting as support. Was once resistance, is now acting as support. Let's see if they hold. So we have a bull there, but we have two legs down. Normally we get a third for a wedge. But if bulls buy above this, that's a high two buy, and it means we'll probably go higher. Okay, so that was a high two triggered, so we should go higher. Perfect. We've even now double topped. But mind you, we are still below this major resistance. Boom. Right. Exactly as I thought. So we have bulls who've bought above this, right? Where are their stops? Down here, possibly. Because they believe we're going for a measured move. But we have resistance in that moving average. Okay, so let's move forward. Okay, we've broken the moving average. Some covering. Okay, this is interesting because now we have some selling. Possible wedge, 1 pullback, 2 pullback, 3. Bears would have this leg, pullback, second leg, pullback, third leg. So bears would sell below that. I remember this tested the moving average and went back up. But let's see. Okay, moving average acting as support again. Micro double bottom. Bulls have a signal bar, not a very good one. Right, they may go up for covering. Boom, there we go. Now we have 1 pullback, 2, but this is a big massive sell bar. So we're now going back down. I remember it's a lower high, so possibly a broad channel. All right, so this, I normally take this as 1 pullback, 2 pullback, 3. However, this is so much selling, I will probably start the count again. I remember I got confused here when I traded this. All right, so here we go. We have another bear bar. It's really big bear bars, always in short. Okay, so now we're testing the buy area. We've done 1, 2, and possibly 3 legs, but we could also have a fourth because of the amount of selling. All right, there we go. We have a fourth. But now this is a spike pullback in channel. So spike pullback. So we get 3 pushes, or maybe 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Okay, so that's the third push, and then bulls bought that because it's the third push. All right, pull back, test in the moving average because we have bears who would sell there. So again, possible measured move from this, aiming up there, possibly 2-to-1 even there. Okay, now we have another little spike. Let's see if we get another low, or we get a higher low. Bears selling. Boom, there we go. So spike, pullback channel, 1, 2. This is the wedge, 1, 2, 3. Actually, not really a pullback. Maybe this is the first and this is 2 legs down, but we'll see. Okay, bulls have a signal bar. Nice, but they've been triggered in, but sold at the moving average. Bad follow through. Bears also signaled in short. Now we have a pullback, 2 legs down, and the bulls get their third leg. But what does that mean? 1 pullback, 2. We probably have a wedge. Bears not letting the bulls close bars above, and we're now testing that low. Now a micro double bottom. This isn't good for the bulls. If bears can take this short, they can go lower. Are we close? We're almost at the end of the day. What's happening here? Boom, massive bull bar, but now we have a wedge. 1, pull back, 2, pull back, 3. Okay, no signal for the bears to go short yet, but bulls are getting good bars. Now we have a signal bar to go short for the bears. Now we have a wedge, so now it's been triggered. We can go lower, they cover moving average, even going lower. Bad follow through, bulls. And also, because we have a bull surprise, we might get a second leg. Now we have a bull leg, 2 legs up. Bears need to sell below that bar for the moving average break, but it's at the end of the day. And we have, now we're going lower. I remember this day, we had this triangle. And then, boom, next day we have this. We open out here, which makes sense because this is a wedge down and we had to sell there. All right, so that's my analysis. I mean, of course, I could go into more details because I have to leave, but I have some other things to do. But this is interesting, just seeing how we can, I think this was a Friday if I remember correctly, but seeing how you could have sort of looked at the day. It was a trading range day in the end. I thought it was a bear day. Looking at it now, I remember it was a trading range, but there were just so many good entries here. I remember when I traded this, I bought here and exited here. But you can see so many reasons why you could have taken trades here, taken trades here, taken trades here, which is not something I've been very comfortable with. I just wait for the full pattern to emerge. But there are trades everywhere, and you can just, sell here, buy here. You know where to cover, you know how to cover, and make some money.